In the headlines, Prime Minister Scarlett wants a greater emphasis on wellness as government opens several new health and wellness centers this year. Creed introduces innovative financial tool to better position cocoa farmers for success in the industry. And Nurse Olivia Douglas held in high esteem as the government names a health and wellness center in her honor. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this.
Your old tablet? That's so 2020. Get a Samsung A7 tablet from Flow for only $99 when you sign up for a new All-In or All-In Plus bundle. Enjoy faster broadband speeds to surf and stream, more TV channels in HD to stay entertained, and unlimited Flow-to-Flow fixed minutes to stay in touch with everyone you love. So sign up today for a new bundle from Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, several new state-of-the-art health and wellness centers to be opened in Dominica before the end of 2021. Recently, Dominica saw the opening of the Esprit Murphy Health and Wellness Center in Maho and the opening of the Nurse Olivia Douglas Health and Wellness Center in Portsmouth. Project manager of Montreal Management Consulting Establishment, MMCE, the company tasked with developing and building 12 health centers around the island, says before the end of 2021, the remaining facilities will be opened to the people of Dominica.
We have completed 8 health centers, namely Maho, Bellevue, Bagatelle, Georgetown, Wesley, Marigot, Vegas, and Benville. Of course, Benville, we're still working on the exterior works, but the structure has been finished. And we have 4 ongoing health centers with these expected dates of completion. We're expecting Coliho to be finished by the 31st of March, Newtown to be finished in October 2021, Soufriere in October 2021, and Anse-de-May 31st of May. God willing.
The new health and wellness centers will cater to all Dominicans and will greatly improve the level of healthcare delivery to citizens.
These health centers will transform the healthcare in Dominica. They will empower and engage the communities through the availability of local healthcare options. In compliance with your government requirements and specifications, these health centers are fully equipped for your everyday healthcare needs and convenience for the handicapped and elderly citizens. One thing I have learned about Dominica, we place our elderly first, and I can see such a passion during my discussions with the Ministry of Health.
MMCE is also undertaking the construction of the new Maho Primary School and will develop a modern campus for the Dominica Grammar School. In more top stories, a new financial tool for cocoa farmers to realize greater economic success in the industry. Julian Morris explains.
The Climate Resilience Execution Agency of Dominica, CREED, has embarked on a series of workshops to introduce an innovative tool to cocoa farmers to improve their financial earnings in the industry. The Cocoa Cluster Initiative, funded by Compete Caribbean, is run by Dexia to get information to farmers to encourage them to invest in cocoa as a crop, which would provide significant returns. Economic growth lead for CREED, Brent Barnett, says the cocoa financial model was developed to help farmers understand the cost drivers which affect the profitability of the cocoa sector.
So we took input from some of the key industry participants and gathered information about what are labor day rates? What are some of the key activities that they undertake in terms of propagation? What are the key activities in terms of maintenance? And then also what are the key activities in terms of harvesting, so that we could really know, how many days do they spend planting seedlings? How many days do they spend clearing brush and clearing weeds? How many days do they spend harvesting? And then we use those to derive kind of a 15-year projection, which gives us a pretty good understanding about what the cost inputs would be associated with propagating, maintaining, and then harvesting over a 15-year period.
The first workshop was held in Portsmouth, with more scheduled for other communities around the island. CREED hopes to have all cocoa farmers on board with this project before the end of the year.
We're waiting on a few key pieces of information still, because this is fairly new and there's some data that we're still waiting on. We need to confirm a few of the key sort of outputs, and then once we have that done, we'll start rolling it out more broadly, and we'll train some of the extension officers. So the extension officers were ones who participated in the workshop, and so we'll give them a chance to work with it first, and then through them we'll be reaching out to individual farmers. The hope is that it'll be within the next couple of months.
Among the other aims of this initiative is to see Dominica regain its fine-flavored cocoa certification in the international community.
Dominica has historically had a very special certification called fine and flavored cocoa. So that's the highest quality cocoa that gets produced. At the moment, the country doesn't have that certification. So what we wanted to do was two things. Really, we wanted to get farmers interested in the sector. We wanted to start gathering information for building the case why it's worth it to go for that FFC certification again, because of what it can mean in terms of return for farmers. So really those were the two objectives: get farmers interested, get them participating, and work on the drive again for FFC certification.
There are plans underway to tweak the financial tool to assist non-cocoa farmers in the agriculture sector.
In other developments, Prime Minister Skerrit has issued a call for Dominicans to place greater emphasis on wellness. Speaking at the commissioning of the Olivia Douglas Health and Wellness Center in Portsmouth on Monday, Mr. Skerrit encouraged citizens to do more to avoid hypertension and diabetes. The Olivia Douglas Health and Wellness Center is one of 12 such facilities currently being built by the government. Mr. Skerrit says it is critical to cut back on the cost of treating NCDs such as hypertension and diabetes.
With these new health and wellness facilities, we will be even redoubling our efforts at the primary healthcare system. Because we should not only be preoccupied with treating people who get sick, we have to prevent people from getting sick. Because the cost of management of CNCDs in Dominica is astronomical. I believe more than 25% of our pharmaceuticals, our bill, is to treat CNCDs in Dominica. And it's increasing. And when you have a situation, and this is why we are placing so much emphasis on CNCDs, and it's so important for all of us in Dominica, every citizen, every resident, to take note of this and what we can do to prevent ourselves from getting hypertension and diabetes and others. When you have in a situation the breadwinner of a family, he's 43 years old, and he suffers a massive stroke. He can't work. You understand what that means for the family from an economic and social standpoint.
The Prime Minister credits the country's primary healthcare system for the success so far in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic.
When we speak about our fight of COVID-19, it is not by accident that we are where we are in terms of our success thus far. We credit ourselves as citizens for the manner in which we have conducted ourselves, adhering in large part to the COVID-19 protocols and guidelines. But it speaks to the very strong primary healthcare system we have in Dominica. That's part of the reasons why we have been so successful with fighting this, because you would only fight it at the tertiary level, you fight it at the local level, at the primary level. And this is where we have been very successful as well. we're fighting COVID-19.
12 new health and wellness centers are being built with CBI funds.
The strategic manner in which we've been using the funds to make life better for people, not only socially but economically, by investing in agriculture, by investing in hotels, by investing in small businesses, by investing in agriculture, by investing in infrastructure to facilitate trade and commerce, by investing in education, investing in healthcare, investing in housing, paying some of our high debts or high interest rate debts, to reduce on the need for us to be paying interest rates every month and every year. We have a model here in Dominica in terms of the utilization of the funds. And so it is in our interest for us to continue to promote and to defend the Citizenship by Investment program.
In other news, a cancer support group for the north of the country has officially been launched. Here is Julian Morris with more.
Over the weekend, the Northern Cancer Support Group based in Portsmouth was introduced to the public. The group operates under the motto, "No one fights alone," and consists of 44 members. Coordinator of the Northern Support Group, Irma Lloyd, says a group in the north of the country was long overdue and vowed to grow the group's membership.
Cancer has a major impact on so many people and families around the world. And here we are, trying our best, the Northern Cancer Support Group, to help bring comfort to our brothers and sisters. So when the Dominica Cancer Society or the Northern Cancer Support Group asks for contribution on behalf of the Dominica Cancer Society, is not for themselves or ourselves. Alas, it is to save a life.
Mayor of Portsmouth, Kerry Brady Prince, says a support group is critical to anyone on a cancer journey and urged residents in the area to support the group.
It is an avenue to share knowledge about the disease and techniques to be able to cope with cancer, how to care for and support those who are suffering from cancer. This support system is a need for many. So again, I welcome this initiative to our town of Portsmouth. In addition, I want to pledge my commitment here this afternoon to assist in any way possible. And I call on all the other patrons of the town of Portsmouth to heed to the call of this group. Let us all work together with them to make this group a success.
President of the Dominica Cancer Society, Yvonne Alexander, says the Northern Cancer Support Group will be vital in helping the society educate and inform the public.
The goal is, and based on the goal of the strategic plan over 2020 to 2025, is to reduce the incidence of cancers in Dominica by 5%. You say, but Cancer Society can reduce incidence of cancer by 5%. And mortality by 10%. Yes, we can. With your help, we can. You know what we can? We can talk about it. We can educate people. We can encourage people to get screened. We can. And it's through these means, through these measures, that people are going to begin listening and people are going to begin taking action, and we are going to help them reduce mortality and all of that.
The month of March is being observed as Colon Cancer Awareness Month.
You're watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better. Your old tablet? That's so 2020. Get a Samsung A7 tablet from Flow for only $99 when you sign up for a new All-In or All-In Plus bundle. Enjoy faster broadband speeds to surf and stream, more TV channels in HD to stay entertained, and unlimited flow-to-flow fixed minutes to stay in touch with everyone you love. So sign up today for a new bundle from Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Welcome back. Member of Parliament for the Portsmouth constituency, Ian Douglas, says healthcare remains one of the government's top priorities. Mr. Douglas spoke Monday at the commissioning of a new health and wellness centre in Portsmouth, named in honour of his mother, Nurse Olivia Douglas. Douglas said the government understands that a healthy population is needed to have a productive workforce.
This is why we never spared any effort to continuously ameliorate and upgrade the medical infrastructure and the human resource of our country. We are focused on every facet in the spectrum of healthcare to our people, from the nursing school being merged to the Dominica State College, to taking wardens right up to RNs, registered nurses, and taking registered nurses up to the bachelor and master's degree and other specialized fields in the nursing service. We have educated more medical doctors and we have trained more specialists than ever before. With the help of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, we created first the diagnostic center at the RFA hospital in Portsmouth, and we have created several smart centers around Dominica. We are presently doing a series of functions like this type to open 12 new health and wellness facilities around Dominica. Dominica has always had a stellar reputation for healthcare in the region. In the 1980s, we were envied by all our counterparts in the region for a first-class primary healthcare system. And this suite of new health and wellness centers are just the right step in the strategy for helping us to get back to that position in the region and the world.
Douglas says these new health and wellness centers will help to promote healthy lifestyles.
We all know that the chronic non-communicable diseases are the number one reason for the high sickness and death rates among people in the region today, which undermines the economic and productive prospects of our nations. These health and wellness centers are our garrisons in the war against CNCDs. From the baby to the elderly, we need to get the education and sensitization we need to lead healthy lifestyles. Because usually, when you go on to use those medicines, they cannot cure the chronic conditions. They can only help you to control them. And for us in this government and the Ministry of Health, prevention has always been better than cure. A stitch in time saves 9. This philosophy was made very evident in our handling of the pandemic. And this is why we are the envy of the world today, boasting more than a 90% recovery rate and no COVID deaths to date.
And Nurse Olivia Douglas says she is very proud of having such a prestigious facility named in her honor. Nurse Douglas, a Jamaican national and a pioneer of the primary healthcare revolution in the 1980s, was married to the late Honorable Michael Douglas. She tutored at the PMH Nursing School from 1985. Nurse Douglas spoke to GIS following Monday's commissioning of the Portsmouth Health and Wellness Centre.
I'm elated and I'm humbled to see such a prestigious building. Gone are the days when we used to make do at the Portsmouth Hospital. And I feel very, very, very proud. As a matter of fact, I think in this new building will stand a picture of myself holding a baby, a young lady from this very community. So I thought it fitting that they should put that picture there, because she too, not only she must be a grandmother by now, will have the use and benefit of a much, much, much improved facility to when she was there at Portsmouth Hospital. She was only about 2-3 years old at the time. I worked for 16 years at the Portsmouth Hospital as departmental sister in charge, and from there I was sent by then Dr. Dorian Shillingford to Barbados to pursue a nursing education program. Having returned in 81, I wanted to come back to serve my community in Portsmouth, but I was told that my services are now needed at the Princess Margaret Hospital School of Nursing, where I worked for some 12 years until the time when I couldn't anymore and I couldn't get transferred back to Portsmouth, so I had to resign. But it was a good thing because I did not only resign, but I took up another job as another profession as a director for the young people in Portsmouth call center. And that, with all of that, all my skills of being a nurse and, nursing just came into play. Because I left the hospital, but I started with the adolescents of Portsmouth and its surrounding. So now here we have a beautiful facility where all of those services will be rendered. My hope and prayer, though, is that we have a counselor, nursing, psychiatric nursing, trained psychiatric nursing stationed at a facility like this, especially for our young people. We're talking about wellness, so we don't want to see them on the streets, our young fellas. We know what they're doing out there. So with this kind of service, someone there with that kind of background, knowledge and training, that can be taken care of.
What would you advise the young nurses in entering the profession at this time?
Well, a nurse, for me, I was mother, doctor, midwife, teacher, caregiver, you name it. And I think all nurses should have a spirit of empathy. Be there. Put yourself always in the patient's, position. I know sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes I manned that Portsmouth Hospital after Hurricane David. It took me 2 hours on a boat. I think it was Mr. Neville Wade's boat from Portsmouth to Roseau to collect medication because nothing could come by road. So I think I'm tired. I worked non-stop for at least, I think, 8 weeks, 2 months. With just relief and things like that. And then also for the 47-day strike when they had that. I was the only nurse on call, nurse sister. So you have to put yourself in the patient's position. When they need you, you're there.
In 2006, Nurse Douglas received the Medal of Honor for meritorious service to Dominica.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better. Your old tablet? That's so 2020. Get a Samsung A7 tablet from Flow for only $99 when you sign up for a new all-in or all-in plus bundle. Enjoy faster broadband speeds to surf and stream, more TV channels in HD to stay entertained, and unlimited Flow-to-Flow fixed minutes to stay in touch with everyone you love. So sign up today for a new bundle from Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
To end the news, the headlines again. Prime Minister Skerrit wants a greater emphasis on wellness as government opens several new health and wellness centers this year. CREED introduces an innovative financial tool to better position cocoa farmers for financial success in the industry. And Nurse Olivia Douglas held in high esteem as the government names a health and wellness center in her honor. Feel free to access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us next time.